I just want to work for myself and work from anywhere. I still remember having this conversation with my mum back in 2020, and it ended up being a recurring conversation. Like many people, the pandemic showed me that I could do my job very well at home in London. But if I could do it very well at home in London, why couldn't I do it by the sea somewhere beautiful? I knew that there had to be another way. Hi, my name is NCA Kaver. I'm a digital nomad. Previously was at a big four firm in London where I worked in consulting. I then went on to work for myself and work from anywhere and had both a tech startup and a successful online public speaking business. I've lived in 8 places around the world and counting, and this experience has taught me so much. And this channel is where I share many of those learnings. All of that has taken me on to now launch ImagineThat, which I want to talk about in this video. So if you don't know, ImagineThat is the business school for digital nomads. And what we do is we help ambitious but bored professionals start their own online business and gain the freedom to work from anywhere. It's for existing and aspiring digital nomads who want to start an online services business based on their area of expertise, but don't know how. In this video, I share the real reasons why I launched ImagineThat. Of course, part of it is because I love entrepreneurship and having my own business, but there are actually 3 deeper reasons as to why I created it. Number 1, I can see that the world of work is changing. I've always been fascinated by how we work and why we work, and perhaps it's because I'm naturally very ambitious and career-driven as a person. And what I've noticed is that recently there's been a real shift in this space. So here are some very interesting statistics for you. Firstly, online coaching and consulting is set to reach $350 billion a year by 2035. Secondly, as many as 1 in 3 employees are predicted to be digital nomads or have some degree of location freedom by the same year. And thirdly, the creator economy is set to double in size to $480 billion in the next 5 years. In short, the world of work is changing, and there are many people who want to make the most of this opportunity and work from anywhere. It makes me smile that we're still having the same debate about working from home or being in the office, when actually I believe that WFA, working from anywhere, is the future. Not necessarily all the time, and not necessarily for everyone, but for those who choose it. And I have met hundreds, if not thousands of people who have seized this opportunity, showing it is possible. From data scientists and software engineers to wellness coaches, online teachers, tech founders, agency owners. What's interesting is AI and automation are also making it much easier to create content and scale our businesses than before. People have also realized that if they are skilled, talented, and driven, there is a real possibility that they can also start working for themselves. Second reason, I want to use my background in business to help others. So as mentioned, I previously worked in consulting. I was at KPMG in London. I worked in a range of different teams, and it was a really good experience. It showed me a lot about business. I worked with some global blue chip clients. I led project teams. Areas of expertise included everything from customer innovation, marketing, brand, behavioral science, communications, as well as things like strategy, sales, and commercial management. When there, I also co-founded KPMG Future Thinkers, which was a tech initiative that had speakers from HSBC, the BBC, and more. So my years in consulting really taught me a lot and gave me a very solid and varied background in business. But I'm also very hands-on in my career. They say that consultants only talk the talk, so I wanted to get on the ground myself and walk the talk. I have had 2 of my own businesses. One, a tech startup, which I took to market, launching a marketing campaign which grew our user base by over 90% compared to before. Also was the founder of a public speaking coaching platform, Help Me Present, which has helped over 500 people globally improve their skills. And that's been really interesting because that's been an online services business where I've worked with clients across the world. So back to why I started Imagine That. I wanted to take all this experience, that background in consulting and my work in entrepreneurship, to now help others who are looking to start their own thing but don't really know how. Let's say you're a tax consultant or an executive coach and you're a specialist in your field, but you've no background in business, then that's what we support people with. How to actually get started, how to position themselves in the digital world. Third reason, I believe we shouldn't have to choose between career and travel. The third reason I created Imagine That is probably my deeper why and purpose. Because I could have just become an online business coach or some form of fractional consultant. But no, I want to focus specifically on those who want to have location freedom and create this movement. Why? Because it links to my own philosophy. I don't believe that we should wait until we retire to travel, and I also don't believe that we should be living for the weekends and waiting to go somewhere nice for 2 to 5 weeks a year. At the end of the day, we spend 90,000 hours of our lives at work, and as cliche as it sounds, we're all going to be gone one day. So don't you want to get to the end of your life and say you lived a rich life and saw the world, as well as doing what you love, excelling in your career? Previously, we had to choose one or the other. Travel, take a gap year, putting your career on hold, or excel in your career, don't travel, put your adventures on hold. Why can't we do both? Especially given the trends and the stats that I spoke about at the start of the video that are now making this much more possible. This for me has been a huge driver as to why I've launched Imagine That, because I've proved myself that it is possible to do both. The 2 businesses I mentioned earlier were done almost entirely remotely and when I lived in 7 places across the world. So I really think we should dream bigger and go after building a life and a career from the bottom up that excites us. And the good news is there's also more providers in this space that are helping with the very practical side of being a digital nomad. So some of the partners we have at Imagine That include Safety Wing and Genki, which are both specialist insurance providers for digital nomads, as well as Flataway, which basically sorts out your accommodation, allowing you to work and live anywhere for a fixed monthly rent. So that's been super exciting, and I'm hoping to get more partners on board soon. So I'm really glad to have launched. I'm relatively early on at the time of recording this, so if you want to support me, I would really appreciate it. You can do so by following my social pages at ImagineThat Club, signing up to the mailing list. What I'll do is I'll put the link in the description. Those are the 3 reasons why I launched Imagine That. 1, I can see the world of work changing. 2, I want to use my background in business to help others. And 3, I believe that we don't have to choose between our career and travel. So I hope you found this interesting. I hope it explains a little bit more about why I've done this. And if you watch this now and some of this really resonated with you and you're sat there thinking, maybe I should start my own online services business and work from anywhere, then do get in touch. You can find me on LinkedIn, NCA Kaver, and you can also contact me through the website www.ImagineThatClub.com, where you can also read more about what we do and some of the services we offer. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you here next time.